Jehuty here with another Season 4 video. Let's get into the new moves and changelog for Lili. So her new move comes out with back turn 1-4, +4 on hits, of course, when the second one connects. And yeah, on block it's -5, of course. The second hit being a high, and it doesn't drill, by the way, means that it can be ducked. So just keep that in mind when you're utilizing this move in your strategy. What she got in addition is that she can cancel the up forward 4. So up forward 4, and then she can just cancel instead of, committing to that move, and she can cancel it into a back turn. If the move hits and she cancels into back turn, it's +6. And if it's blocked, it's -7. So still safe either way. Just like a half new move, just a new option for her. Now let's get into the rest of the changes. 1, 2, 3. What's happened here is that the last hit used to do 10 damage and now it does 13. So that's a buff for Lili. Yeah, very welcome. Of course, in the short variant, which is 2-3, it's the same thing. It does 13 damage instead of 10. Furthermore, into the changes, we have down forward 1. You don't see it up in the corner because it's not in the move list. It's a generic tool everybody has, down forward 1, the mid jab. And what's happened here is that they've increased the lower range of the attacks. Another unlisted generic tool is down 3, and what's happened here is that when the move hits as a counter hit, it has a frame advantage of +5 now instead of just +1. And next up is down 1+2, and what's changed here is the damage. So she's gotten a buff. It used to do 20 damage, it now does 25. And then it also changed the behavior when the opponent is hit from the side. I'm not quite sure what the change is, but I'm showing it here because I don't main Lili. So you just have visual cue. Next up, we have down back 4, which is Lili's Snake Edge. What's happened here is adjusted the motion since it was difficult for opponents in jump status to land a mid attack. So most likely hop kicks and so forth are now more consistent. Next up is back 1+2, and what happened here is that it used to be -14 on block and it's now just -12. So buff for Lili. And then oddly enough, there seemed to have been an issue where sometimes hitting an opponent's back of this move would make them go very, very, very far, and that's how it looks like now. I'm not sure if it's okay. I'm just visualizing it for you guys. Next up is back turn 1, 2, and what's happened here is that on hit, it used to be on +5 and it's now +8 frames on hit. So another buff. Next up we have back turn 4, 3+4. And what's happened here is that on the 4th hit, they've changed the damage. It used to be 20, but now it's 15, so that's a little nerf. Next up we have back turn 1+2, and what's happened here is on normal hit, decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when on normal hit, and on counter hit, increase the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. So yeah. Next up is back turn down 1+4, and what's happened here is that they've changed the motion somewhat. Also, if you cancel it with the back input, what's happened is that it's now easier for opponents in midair to hit you, so it's more about like low crushing moves to hit more consistently. That's a nerf. Then we have up back 1. What's happened here is that it's changed the behavior when the move lands as a counter hit. I'm not quite sure how it looked like before, but now this is how it looks like. Next up in the list is up 3-3. Not with the extension, but just up 3-3. And what's happened here is fix an issue in which the range of the attack after inputting up 3-3, 3+4 was not correct, so just bug fixes. Next up we have up forward 3, and what's happened here is that change the frame advantage when the move is blocked from -12 to -10, so a buff for Lili once again. So next up is forward, forward 4. And it seems like before there was an issue where if you'd input back quickly after that, you could shorten the duration of the attack's hitbox. And yeah, that's now been fixed. Next up is forward, forward 1 plus 2. And what's changed here is increase the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits the opponent while they're down. Now I really had a problem showing this because this move whiffs when they're down, so I'm pretty sure it has to do with get up kicks or get up low kicks, something like that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe somebody in the comment section can help out with that. And the same thing also goes for the charged version if you hold 1 plus 2. Yeah, I hope that helps. Quarter circle 1, 2. So if you didn't know, because it's not on the command list, you can cancel the second hit by pressing back and you end up in back turn. So what's happened here is that it used to be -8 in back turn, now it's -6, little buff. And of course if it's blocked, it's now -17, before that it was -19, buffs all around. So quarter circle forward 2, 1. And what's happened here is change the opponent's behavior when hit from the sides. I'm not quite sure how it should look like, but now you see it visually, so you Lili mains will know. And lastly, we have a change to her 10-hit combo, specifically the 7th hit. And what's happened here is decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. So I think maybe there were like some inconsistencies and now they've been ironed out. Anyway, I hope this guide was helpful. Consider subscribing, leave a comment and like. And of course, your feedback is much appreciated. I'll have more content in store for changes, so keep on tuned here to Jehuty Gaming.